Here are 5 platinum trophies you can finish in a single sit-in. Whether you're looking to pad out the collection on a lazy Sunday or just want that satisfying platinum pop without committing an entire week of your life, I've got you covered. Make sure you stick around until the end as I have some honourable mentions. Let's get into it. Starting off with a game I actually hadn't platinum before recording this video, Donut County. And if you're watching closely, all done. Platinum 299, come on. There it is. That's a live platinum pop. And the fact that I could pick up this game cold and platinum it in one sit-in while recording tells you everything you need to know. Donut County is a physics puzzle game where you control a hole in the ground that swallows everything in its path. I find myself drawn to games with that kind of chaotic but cozy energy, and Donut County absolutely delivered. It's weird, it's charming, it's short, and it took me 2 hours and 20 minutes to platinum with a blind first playthrough and cleanup. It's 1 playthrough, 1 out of 10 difficulty, and around 3 hours to platinum. 7 bronze, 5 silver, and 8 gold. No missables, no difficulty spikes, just a genuinely good time. Coming away from the short, sweet world of Donut County, let's jump into one of the most absurd games I've ever played, Jazzpunk. You play as Polly Blank, a silent protagonist who's literally mailed in an espionage agency in a human-shaped suitcase. Your boss gives you missions, and each one starts with you downing a dose of prescription medication. It makes about as much sense as it sounds. The game is essentially a comedy spy adventure where your job is to poke at everything that looks remotely interactable. And I mean nearly everything. The humour is bizarre, the world is dripping with personality, and it actively rewards you for going off the beaten path. There are 2 missable trophies, so a quick glance at a guide before you start is optional, but they're not strenuous and can easily be cleaned up afterwards. 1 playthrough, 2 out of 10 difficulty, and around 2 to 3 hours to platinum. 7 bronze, 8 silver, and 7 gold to earn. Now, let's talk about something a bit more methodical. Lara Croft GO. Lara Croft GO is a turn-based puzzle game, and before you turn out thinking it's a mobile port cash grab, let me stop you right there, as this is genuinely one of the most elegant puzzle games on PlayStation. You guide Lara through a series of diorama-style levels, each one a self-contained puzzle where you slide her across a grid, avoiding traps and enemies in a turn-by-turn rhythm. What I love about Lara Croft GO is how it respects your intelligence without punishing your patience. Every puzzle has a clear logic, you just need to find it. It's the kind of game where you'll stay in a room for 2 minutes, figure out the sequence, execute it perfectly, and feel like a genius. Then immediately get stuck on the next one. It's 1 playthrough, 1 out of 10 difficulty, and around 4 hours to complete. 3 bronze, 5 silver, and 9 whopping gold trophies to earn. While there are collectibles, hidden relics buried inside breakable objects, nothing is missable. You can replay any level from the main menu. Coming away from the clean, elegant puzzle box design of Lara Croft GO, let's drift into something a little more literary, Burly Men at Sea. Burly Men at Sea is less a game and more an interactive picture book set in early 20th century Scandinavia. You control 3 bearded fishermen as they sail into a branching narrative inspired by Nordic folklore. The entire game is viewed through a circular frame, like you're peering through a porthole into another world. I initially played this one on the PlayStation Vita, and I was in absolute awe. The landscape, the creatures drawn from the Scandinavian myth, it had me hooked from the very first page. And filling in the map from the branch paths kept me coming back until I'd filled it all in. It's meditative, it's strange, and it fits into the rare category of a game where you could generally hand the controller to someone who doesn't play games and they'd understand the appeal immediately. Now, the platinum requires you to see every branch of the story, which means multiple playthroughs. Each one takes around 10 to 20 minutes, so before you do the math and panic, it takes a minimum of 12 runs. But because the game is so visually distinct and the choices genuinely change where the story goes, it never feels like you're grinding the same thing over and over. So with that being said, it's a minimum of 12 playthroughs, difficulty of 1 out of 10, and around 3 hours if you end up following a guide. 4 bronze, 14 silver, and 6 gold trophies for the platinum trophy. Alright, we've done puzzles, we've done comedy, and we've done storybook folklore. Let's finish with something completely different. Thrillville. A PSP and PS2 classic brought forward to modern consoles. Thrillville is a bit of a curveball to round out this list, and I'm glad it's here. You inherit a struggling theme park and your job is to build rides, manage staff, and, crucially, actually play the attractions yourself. It's not just a management sim where you watch numbers go up from the menu. You walk around the park in third person, chat to guests, and jump on to every ride and minigame you build. As someone who's been trophy hunting for over 16 years, there's a real nostalgic factor here, especially having played the sequel all those years ago, but there's something genuinely satisfying about going back to a game like this and realising it still holds up where it counts. It's pure, uncomplicated fun, and it gives you something completely different from everything else on this list. The trophy list is mostly straightforward. Complete missions, finish the minigames, and hit certain park rating milestones. 1 playthrough, 2 out of 10 difficulty, and around 5 hours for the platinum. 24 bronze, 8 silver, and 5 gold trophies. So there we have it. Those are my 5 platinum trophies you can finish in one sit-in. But before I go, I did promise you honourable mentions, and these 2 games I've actually mentioned in a previous video. The first being the Artful Escape. As an average guitarist myself, this one landed with me in a way I didn't quite expect. You play a teenage guitarist about to step into his first big performance, and then, well, things get properly cosmic. It's a psychedelic journey where you're not just watching the story unfold, you're shredding through it, and the music is the star of the show. And it's a stunner visually. Colourful, bold, dripping with that 70s prog rock energy. But underneath all that style, there's a genuinely warm story about finding your voice and learning to be comfortable with who you are. It's 1 playthrough, 2 out of 10 difficulty, and around 4 hours to complete. 2 silver and a huge 10 gold trophies, and for a game this short, that gold count is a lovely little reward. And lastly, a short hike. It's exactly what it sounds like. A cozy, heartfelt exploration game about a bird on a nice vacation, making friends, collecting golden feathers, completing tasks, and climbing a mountain. The magic of it is that it never tells you where to go. You just wander. You glide over the island, bump into weird and wonderful characters, and chase down every collectible you can find. I was addicted to finding every collectible this game had to offer, and if you enjoy Donut County's relaxed energy, this one belongs on your radar. 1 playthrough, 3 out of 10 difficulty, and around 4 hours to platinum. 1 silver and a massive 11 gold trophies. So there we have it. Let me know in the comments below which of these you've played, and if there's a 1 sitting platinum you think I missed, drop it down there. If you found this helpful, please consider hitting the subscribe button and dropping a like. It would mean a lot at this stage of the channel. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one.